Hello, greetings everyone. Yeah, hello everyone. Greetings to you all. This is Chris Lucci Initiative, giving life a meaning. Happy Friday to everybody. How is everyone doing? Happy Friday to you all. Welcome, 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 welcome. How is everyone doing? Happy weekend to everybody. Mr. Heston, greetings to you, brother. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing very well. Thank you. Happy weekend to you. Happy Friday. How are you all doing? How is everyone doing? It's another Friday to embrace. Again, this is Chris Lucci Community. This is Chris Lucci Foundation. This is Chris Lucci Charity Initiative, giving life a meaning. Oh, Mr. Hassan, I think I'm going to be plugged here with just you today. So let's go. I had a little slight tech issues before coming in for some reason. It's requiring my verification. I don't know why. And it does this oftentimes. So it's not so, I don't know. Putting my password is telling me my password is incorrect. I don't get that. The same password. So I don't know. Password I've been using it still told me 3 years ago. I've been using it to come live. The same password I'm putting it, they say you changed it 3 years ago. And I'm using it. It's keeping me out. But it's all good. Welcome. We see you all. Mother 10 greetings to you. How are you doing? Welcome. We see you, Miss Amaka. How are you doing? Welcome. Happy Friday to you all. We see you, Miss Goodness. How are you, Anambra? Welcome. Happy Friday to you all. How is everyone doing? It's another live program. It's another beautiful experience. I actually wish I can have someone here. I think I am still enjoying the wave of or the motion of the last time we all had a live broadcast. So I wish I can just hand the mic over to someone so that I can just watch, learn, observe, observe and learn, right? Okay, how are you all doing? Welcome, welcome. Miss Ogechi has her sleep carried her to where she doesn't know. Anyways, maybe we sing the joy, right? Our YouTuber, welcome. We see you, Miss Grace. How are you? Happy Friday to you. So I think we're gonna sing while members join. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for your selfless sacrifice, your intellectual properties. I read your comments and I learn. I really learn. So thank you for your sharing your intellectual properties. And I see the post of uh, our dream jobs. Dream jobs as kids, right? What we dream and dreamt to be versus what we eventually become, right? Let me not get there because if I get there, then that might distract the program. We'll come back to that, okay? I read a couple of beautiful messages. Thank you all for sharing. Again, thank you all for your intellectual properties. They say the more we solve problems, the smarter we'll become. And the honest truth is that the more we share knowledge, the smarter we become. What we know, if we don't get it out positively, what we know, if we don't get it out, it will be hard to learn new things. We're just gonna be stopped. But once we dishing it out, is sharpening that brain, the IQ, keep increasing our IQ. So it's very important. It's one of the great or effective exercise to the brain. If we don't set those brain articulating, it just remains like it can expand. But as much powerful as computer and all those might be, it's still not to be compared with the human brain. Yeah. So we can expand this brain with a whole lot of knowledge, a whole lot of positive things. We can do a whole lot with that, with the knowledge we have. So thank you all again for sharing. I learned from you all intellectual properties as well. Okay. And let's pray. Let's sing and pray so that we can get to the business of the day. I hope this song will not carry me to the next phase. Or should we sing simple one and go? Ka anyị nabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ka anyị nabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ka anyị nabata agụde n'igwe. Translate, who can? Ka anyị nabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ, maka na ebe ọ bụ na ọ batara, ihe ukwu na-eme. Ka anyị nabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ezinụlọ batara, ihe ukwu na-eme. Anyị na-anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. We are welcoming the Holy Spirit of God. We are welcoming our Father. We are acknowledging, recognizing, and welcoming God Himself, our advocate, our inspiration, our counselor, our big brother, our teacher, the giver of knowledge, our provider, our protector, our blessing, our confidence, a very dependable Father, a very dependable God. Anyị nabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ka anyị nabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Anyị na-akpọbata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ka anyị nabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ, maka na ebe ọ bụ na ọ batara, ihe ukwu na-eme. Ka anyị nabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ, maka na ebe ọ bụ na ọ batara, ihe dị iche na-adị. Anyị na-anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ka anyị nabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ana m akpọku mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. ofu onye a na-akpọ ugboro ọzọ ugboro iri, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ofu onye a na-akpọ ugboro ọzọ ugboro iri, ana m anabata agụ dị n'igwe. Ofu onye a na-akpọ ugboro ọzọ ugboro iri, ana m anabata oke mmọnwụ na-eti onwe ya. Ofu onye a na-akpọ ugboro ọzọ ugboro iri, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ofu onye a na-ajụ na-abịawo na-abịawo, ka anyị nabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ofu onye a na-akpọ ugboro ọzọ ugboro iri, ana m anabata agụ ude n'igwe. Ka anyị nabata agụ ude n'igwe. Ana m anabata agụ ude n'igwe. Ka anyị nabata agụ ude n'igwe. Ana m akpọkuru agụ ude n'igwe. Chi a na-akpọ ofu ugboro ọzọ ugboro iri, ka anyị nabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Chi a na-akpọ ofu ugboro ọzọ ugboro iri, ana m anabata agụ ude n'igwe. Chi na-ekwe nkwa mee nkwa ya, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Onye isi ezinụlọ m, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. O mere mgbọsị ọka bụ ezi Chukwu, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Chidebere nna m rue n'ụbọchị tata, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Chukwu ọzọ ebetete, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Chi Crystal Chi Community, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Chi Ezinne Community anyị, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Chi Modeteng, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Chi Moda Ikoluwa, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Chukwu Fada Edekpo, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Chi ukwu admins anyị, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Chukwu Community anyị, ana m akpọbata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Chi ndị anyị na-eneta anya, ana m akpọbata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ọ mara mma ma zuru arụ ya, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ka anyị nabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ana m akpọku agụ dị n'igwe m, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Agụ dị n'igwe Chukwuma, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ọgbọ ya nara anyị ego Chukwuma, anyị na-anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ana m akpọku mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ana m akpọku Chukwu mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ana m akpọku Chukwu mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ana m akpọku Chukwu oke mmọnwụ n'onwe ya, ofu onye na-akpọ ugboro ọzọ ugboro iri, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Ofu onye na-akpọ ugboro ọzọ ugboro asaa, ana m anabata ike njeje mba. Ofu onye na-akpọ ugboro ọzọ ugboro ọtụtụ, ana m anabata ike nkwabamba. Chi a na-akpọ ofu ugboro ọzọ ugboro iri, ana m anabata mmụọ na-eri mmụọ. Heavenly Father, we disappear. Lord, I call upon you to appear. Lord, I decrease and call upon you to increase. I acknowledge you, Ebenezer. I recognize you, the Ancients of Days. I reverence you, ever powerful, dependable God, the creator of the heaven and earth. We worship you, our Maker, a very dependable God. Thank you for your saving grace. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for our families. Thank you for our individual selves. Thank you for our children. Thank you for our businesses. Thank you for our works, our jobs. Thank you for our careers. Thank you for our spouses. Thank you for our parents. Thank you for our siblings. Thank you for our friends and well-wishers. Thank you for our community. Thank you on behalf of the people, Lord, that do not have the opportunity to worship you, to praise you. Thank you for who you are. Lord, may your presence continue to do well. In the name of you, God the Father, Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen and amen. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I hope everyone is doing good. Okay, this is Chris Lucci, Charity Community. Our message is simple, the vision is simple, the mission is simple. Our purpose is simple, giving life a meaning. Okay, I'm trying to send link, but it says I can post message to some channels. I will send that anyways. Hopefully we'll be safe. Okay. Happy Friday to everyone again. This is Chris Lucci Community, the community of gospel living, the community of humanity. The community of corporal work of mercy. That's what it takes to be part of this community. That's what it takes to be a member of this community. It's actually not a community of everyone. You have to be a giver. You have to be a leader. That's acts of service. Leadership is about service. You have to do that to be a member of this community. It's all about serving humanity. It's all about being the messenger. It's all about sacrifices indeed. It takes that heart to do what we are doing. I don't know if that link can be seen. I don't know. I'm just struggling with that link. If not, I can just take it out. Oh my. Okay. Okay, so the message we have today says, well, be careful of the advice or advices you give to people. And at the same time, be careful of the advice people give to you or you receive from people. It's all about carefulness. It's all about trading with caution. Let me see, I sent something in the group to our zonal admins. I don't know, I wasn't able to check that. Let me see. Okay. I'll be joining. Okay, Miss Goodness. So click the link and see if you can come in. Okay. If not, let me see. Let me see if I can. Can you join through the link? If you can, go ahead. Then if not, let me just post the link here. Let me, just a minute. Let me see if I can send it to. Okay, I'm trying to send the link to our admins. So if I'm able to do that, I can then, I can take down the one I put on the comment section. Maybe there is a place that don't want it. So let me remove the one I have on the comment section. I don't think I can. Can I? Okay, I didn't see delete. Okay, I don't know. Okay, that's fine. Let's not be distracted with that, okay? I'm not sure what the problem is, but then let's move on. Okay. Okay, so Miss Goodness, you can join. I'm sending the link to WhatsApp, to Zonal Admin WhatsApp, so you can join. Okay, I've sent that. Okay. Sorry about the back and forth. So let me throw the question why wedding, okay? They say be careful of what you advise people and the advice that you receive from people, right? The advice that people give to you. So the question will be, how do you advise people? How do you advise people? What are the measures? What are the measures you consider or you put in place in advising others? Do you have any measures you use to advise people? Okay. I think I was just gone. I was going to make this sharing, but our admins, they are not responsive. So I think I'm just going to move on. So how do we advise others? How do we do that? How do you advise people? And yeah, not just marriage, not just marriage. What of careers? What of careers? What of the kids? What of our children? It's not just marriage. There are a lot. So how do you advise people? How do you do that? And either way we do that, the truth is that we got to be careful. We have to. Okay, Miss Goodness is here. Uh, okay, Miss Goodness, you're here. Welcome. Can you hear me, Miss Goodness? If you are talking, we cannot hear you, Miss Goodness.
Yes, ma, I can hear
Cannot
you.
hear you. We can't
Mommy,
hear
good
you.
evening.
So, okay, so what advice? How do we advise others? How do we do that? Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, we need all of those. We need all of those. Okay. Miss Goodness, we can't hear you. So, how do we advise people? Again, I have a lot of distractions here. Okay, personally, before advising people, there are factors, there are things I consider. I don't know about you, but there are factors that I consider. Number one, I have to know my relationship with you. And this is very important. Before we don't just, you know, hop into people's businesses. You don't do that. You might want to do good to people, but it has to be done appropriately. No matter how good we want to do for people, if we don't do that, appropriately, the way it should be, if we don't do that, we might end up doing the right thing at the wrong time or the right things at the wrong place. There are some things we are not actually in position to do. And when we are not in position to do that, there are many things we can do. Okay, Miss Goodness, admin, I'm going to get you in again. But if I get you in again, if it doesn't work, just don't worry about it. I will continue the program because I've been distracted enough and time is going, okay? So I'll try one more. I'll try one more time. You're already here. So, how do we advise people? When you are in, you can talk, I will hear you. So, how do we do that? She left again. Okay. I don't advise for anyhow persons, please, oh. I rather speak to my mom and she will advise me. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is very good. If you have your mom that can tell you the truth, you don't want to hear, but you need to hear that. That's another thing. If you have a mother that can tell you the truth, you don't want to hear, but you need to hear that, then that's a blessing, and that's indeed a blessing. Miss Goodness, share this to groups so that someone, if we have someone that is ready to join, I'm ready to join. I can bring in any person, maybe to share briefly. Okay, that's it is. Join it. That link, share that to groups. Anyone or the platform here, so anyone can join. Or you can indicate you will share that. Okay, I don't want to be much distracted. So like we are saying, why advising people? First, there are many things to consider. How experienced are you? How experienced are you? What is your relationship with the person you are advising? Because the honest truth is that the advice we go to advise people, oftentimes, not all the time, depending on your experience, your choices of words, very important. This is very crucial. Choice of words. Sometimes we may not mean harm, but we may end up, right, causing more harm than good to the places we go in the name of advice. Before again advising people, you must consider your experience, the experience you have. It may be personal experience, right? It may just be experience over the years, maybe with someone you know, maybe with organization you belong to, and all of those. But experience is paramount in advice, in giving people advice, or families, or even kids, anybody. Your experience, it counts, it's huge. Now following, okay, your relationship. Some situations are sensitive. So for we to get into certain situations, we must consider our relationship, okay, to the people, to consigned people, to the people involved, to a child involved, if they are kids and all of that, to whoever that is involved, we must consider that. That is also crucial. Okay? There are many factors, there are many things we should consider before getting in. And the reason is because in families, for example, let's use that of families and marriages, we must understand that marriages are not the same. Marriages are not the same. Relationships are not the same. Therefore, before you hop in, you must consider a lot of things, which experience should be part of it. It's better if you don't have experience, you can ask the person, can I reach out to someone to call you? Can I talk to this person so that the person can call you? If you feel the person is more experienced. I have had someone in this community, right, that needed an advice. And the person has to reach out to another person to come and give that advice, And the man did justice to that advice. So oftentimes we don't just pull, not pulling. We don't just put our head. There are some we reference, we make referral. Okay? And again, if you are advising, consider your relationship with the person, because you and I are human. If you don't have so positive relationship with the person, you might choose to use another person, okay, to do that justice. It does not matter who the person is. Okay? And if you are not so, with the choices of words, you can look around you and see who you know that has that strength and make use of that resource. we are not, no one, we are not an island. No one is an island. Okay. Now, goals are not the same. So while advising people, we might mean good for people, right? Trying to advise people for business, trying to advise people for, okay, we have situation of someone going on advice, right? The wife doesn't want to have kids, and then, the man want kids. Something like that. Do you expect me to come in such situation? No, I will not be the one to resolve such situation. I will recommend such situation needs professional, like a whole professional approach, because that is very sensitive. Now, depending on the relationship, depending on who is involved, because I've had a situation whereby a woman says she's done, giving birth, and then, was it the woman? Who said that first? I think it was the man that said they are done, right? And then the woman wants, yes. I've resolved, few situations, both this person that want more and who doesn't want more. But the other situation I shared was situation, of this person doesn't want at all, because that's here. And sometimes they go by that option. Okay. Now, and I'm saying, if someone like me, if you get such situation with someone like me, am I in the position to do that? No, I am not. I can't do justice. I can't. It's very sensitive. It is very sensitive. I can't come in. Now, what will I do? The people I know will be what? Why not you consider professional, right? Resource. Professional people. That's much you can do, but you can't say something there. It's delicate. It's very sensitive. But coming to situation whereby a lady still wants to have a child, okay, and now the husband doesn't want again. And it's not just because the husband is not capable, but because of the woman's age and the other, factors. Now, what happened? Because I know them, right? I didn't know the husband much, but at least I know him. I'm very in terms with this. And now, again, because of the relationship, I could come in. But what I said, I told the lady, I asked, what is your reason, right? And she shared her reason, which is justified, right? But considering age and the other factors, it's not the right decision. Will not. And if you're to be my sister, I won't recommend that. Like I will stand and say, nope, right? But now I told her, I said, this is good. Yeah, you already have not one, not two. I think either two or three or something. I can't remember, 2 or 3. But maybe because you're whatever, okay? Best reason. But then your age, the age factor is more important, right? It plays much goal than just wanting to acquire, or to get more, And then I said, why not look maybe into other options than just going in and, getting all of those. With that age, nobody wants to lose you. You see something like that? Yes. And then I have another situation whereby a man still won, right? And now this lady again has had kids with, uh, surgeries and all that, but the man still won, right? And I think she has 4. And they are the people that I know. I know both of them, again, because of relationship, right? Now I was still able to do what? To give in my stuff. I told the man, it's not like you don't have whatever you're looking for, but you failed, you only have one. Maybe you want to add more out of about 3 for 4 kids. And I'm like, I don't know. I said, I don't know how I said, already the person that, because all these things still has to do with faith, like your strength, your both spiritual strength, the inner strength. I said, I don't know, but I won't recommend that. I won't recommend that, you know. And then we went over that with the whys and the many whys and all of those. And I asked eventually if this happened. And I said, okay, if you really and truly want that, then why not look into this, And that is, by the way, because you cannot say and at the same time, put your head. You can only, make your stand clear and strong. Okay? So that will be that. So what are we talking about? Before getting in all these things, we have to consider relationships and we have to consider goals, right? You might have good relationship with the people, but remember, your goal and their goals might not be the same. I might have good relationship with people. We may decide just to have maybe one kid, and there are people that might decide to have 5. You see, so their goals, my values, and they are not the same. So something like that, I can only just be like, okay, it's up to you all. Then I can use myself, say, but with everything, I believe quality, against quantity. Just like I said to someone the other day, I said again, it's the same thing. It's not about the quantity, but the quality. Everything in this life is either is a blessing, right? Or is a lesson. I said, including kids, if we have all these kids and the number of them, and we do not train them, we will receive opposites. So it's not, when you now review, you see that it's not about the quantity, but the quality. Okay? I see 2 persons waiting here. Or 1 person. Is it Miss Goodness? Miss Goodness, let me try again. Why am I having hard time getting you in? Can you hear me now? Okay, let me see if it is from my end.
I can hear you now, ma. I can hear you now. Mommy, good evening.
Okay,
I'm
so where you are is
greeting.
that? Where you are is that?
Yeah, light issue.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay.
Okay, thank you,
I'm
ma.
so much distracted with this live program. I was not just gonna get it somewhere so we could move on. But let me just have you here.
Uh,
I hope they pardon me. You all pardon
it's
me.
okay.
I'm looking at it. The things I have here, I haven't even, it's like I haven't even touched it. But anyways, so moving back to what we are saying, okay? Now another thing is what? Personalities. Before you are advising people, you must know the personality of who you are advising. The personality of who you are advising still matters, okay? And this is where you are to be very sensitive. We are to be very sensitive with our choice of words, okay? So, again, temperaments, okay? The temperaments of who you are advising and the temperament of who is advising you also matters. Something might happen now, right? Someone will advise you and just tell you, you know what? Quit it. Just quit it right away. Like, quit it right away. You see, temperament, anger issues, and the high tempered issues. So, and the stuff the person is telling you, just quit it right away. It's something you may just sleep through the night and wake up and actually have more digested decision to make. Okay? And then another thing is what? Situation. Okay? situations are not the same. Situations are not the same. There are critical situations. That's why when we do our life program, sometimes we will say we are limiting this life program based on the normal, like the normal, situations, not on the other. Like we know there are exceptional situations, and we know there are critical situations, which those are exceptional situations, abnormal situations. So when we do our life program, we say we are limiting it to what? To just the normal scenarios, because there is incidents, okay? I shared this before, where someone had issues with the wife, and the child is 4 months, and the whole thing, happened that happened, and then the lady had to move on. And now, when the stuff, we are deliberating on it, and how the man came to me was, if it was me, he said, Chris Lucci, if it was you, would you do this? I said, do what? He said, leave a child of 4 months, like abandon a child of 4 months. I was like, I don't understand. He said, no, but answer me. If it is you, would I said, if it is me, what? What is the problem? Because it's not about if it is me. I am not in that situation. Okay, so I cannot tell. Okay, and then I said, I don't know what happened. It didn't happen to me. I'm not in that situation. So why are you saying if it is me? I said, if it is me, I may do worse than that. If it is me, I may do more than what the woman, your wife, did. So first, what happened? Don't I said the question? I said that's trying to blackmail me. You can't come and ask me if it is me. Will I do that? I said no. I don't play that pity petty or what. I don't play that. If it is me, what happened? And eventually, we were able to talk with the wife and everything. Now, what happened? Oga got married within 4 years and decided to turn his environment, including the little ones, the minors, and decided to turn everything, like turn whatever that is in skates in his own street. And this lady, according to her, became like if she lost both herself, everything, and all of those, and all of that. I've shared this before. And she still kept talking, crying, shouting, and all of that. And then you were telling her you're an African man. He didn't deny this. He did not deny this. And he was saying again, he's an African man, that they are whatever they are by nature. Messy. And he continued. And then this lady got pregnant for the second baby. And I think it was through the pregnancy that a lot happened. And the lady was like, she's done. And then it was like, why are you still waiting? If you're done, you can leave. Why are you still waiting? And all of those. And it continued. And she kept saying, stop. If this continue, I won't be able. And then he went ahead and told the lady, you can go today. But what I'm telling you is that dare not go with my case. Dare not go with the case and all of that. It continued. And now a lady managed, had a baby. And they tried around that 3 months to 4 months, nurture the baby, and they left all. It's actually, it's not even good to hear. This thing is so even heartbreaking to hear, right? But at the same time, we cannot allow the emotion to overshadow the other part, right? You're doing wrong, refuse to before him, okay? It's not like this is one-sided, okay? I called the lady, we talked, we did a conference call, we talked. He didn't deny that. both the African man, both what he was doing on the street and everything. And then, according to him, he gave many different excuses. One was when the wife was pregnant and whatever happened, and then she couldn't meet the wife. All them trash. Okay, that is by the way. And even if whatever didn't happen, and where you could have that is in the same street, right? Okay, and now another thing he used to justify that eventually was that he didn't mean all of those things. You didn't mean it, and you were busy torturing the lady while she was pregnant. And according to you, you say you didn't mean it. You didn't change, and you were still blackmailing, and you were still saying a lot, all those things. And you still didn't mean that. And she was telling you she will do this. And you come to, and then you come to tell me, if it is me, will I have the heart to do that? I said, I'm sorry. I will not even, if it is me. If it is me with your personality, I will not live with you one day. I will not marry you one day. Like I said, what? I said one day, I will not. Okay? And the question of if it is you, can you have the heart to live there? I say I won't discuss that. I don't know if it is me because it's not me. So I don't know. If it is me, I don't know because what you did to this lady is so inhuman. It is so is unacceptable. I'm like, I don't know. Okay. And eventually I told them I won't be able to get in this. I won't be able to get into this because I will not be able. And then she called the sister. The sister, helped out for about 6 months. And the sister said yes. That when that happened, okay, the wife said it, and then they noticed that, and she started talking to the brother. You need to stop. I was saying, even if you will, you should go out of there. She said she wasn't in support of him doing it, but then is a big slap to any person, doing whatever you were doing in the same street, or your wife finding out and then you're still doing it. So the sister said there is nothing he can do, and then she managed to stay, I think, about 6 months, and say she's leaving. She has her own stuff to do. Okay, and that was when the whole thing was on the man, looking for our community. Chris Lucci, if it is you, would you have the heart? I said, it's not me, so I don't know. And if it is me, I might do worse than the lady. Now, the topic of it is me. Did we discuss that again? That's black. When people approach you in certain ways, be careful. Be very careful. Because that strategy is a strategy. Hey, Chris, if it is you, will you do that? I will say, no, never. Hey, God forbid. Right? Why you will have not experienced what the woman experienced? Why you are not aware of the scenario? Why you didn't ask, if it is me, what was that happened that if it were to be me? We don't ask all those. And then oftentimes we end up creating more harm than good. Because after the whole thing, the man could reason. The man, telling the man that I will not live with you one day. I might live with you for 100 years, but hearing all those things, thank God I'm not in that position. At least I could use, maybe you might get yourself there. Maybe having kids and all those might end up crippling you, right? But at least I was bold enough to tell him I will not live one day with him. Some things are not done. It's inhuman. It is inhuman. Again, be careful of who you are advising and who is advising you, or who are advising you. The people are advising you. Always note that every situation are not the same. Every situation are not the same. Some situations are not built in strong foundation. For example, some things I might, is it? Yeah, okay. Okay. So some things what was I trying to say? So some things, right? I might, as a person, right, tolerate or accommodate or accept from my own husband, right? I may not be able to accept that to someone else or someone that I don't love. If I don't love you, I don't know why I will get in for the first place. But let's say there are other circumstances, right? So now, some things I might take from him, I may not be able to do what to take. So that is why they say situations are not the same, right? Situations in the sense that there might be something that might pull both of you all together. So the foundation might be faulty foundation, right? And in a place whereby two people come together in a faulty or with a faulty foundation, and then maybe something happens tomorrow, right? Then you are to come and advise. All you will come to advise will be deputy Jesus. You will become deputy Jesus. Experience you are not aware of. Situations you haven't experienced. Something you don't know about. The foundation, relationship you don't know foundation. They said, may our ears be merciful. May our eyes be merciful. May even this our mouth be merciful. If we can be, it's better we hush. Because both people that we advise and the people that advise us, many often we end up messing things, like even making things worse than the way they are. And often, okay, we don't take situations by the situations, but we take situations, right? Maybe in a certain narrative that must have sold so well that is imbalanced, ending up hurting another person. Miss Goodness. Miss Goodness. I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Now
I'm here, ma'am.
I will ask you, how do you advise
Okay,
people?
okay.
Can you give me, yes, how do you advise people in any, just use any situation?
So, okay, greetings to everybody. I'm Miss Goodness Malone here. Um, Firstly, if I want to advise somebody, I used to involve God in whatever I am doing, because before you take any step in life you want to take. For instance, now if it's married couple that you want to advise, I don't like advising married couple because sometimes they will use that advice against you. So in life, before you take any step, try to connect to what you want to
Be
say, because
specific.
sometimes
Be
when you say things,
specific. Be specific. Don't generalize. I say, how
okay,
do you advise people with one
okay,
reason?
the way I advise,
Just give
okay,
one
that
reason, yes, how you advise people.
firstly,
You involve God.
okay, firstly, I will try to involve
Yes.
God, and I will also be led in my spirit to do
Okay.
that. That is the one
Okay.
reason I
And now, when you involve
do.
God, I love that. And then you will also be led in your spirit to do that. Now, if you're led in your spirit to do that, they tell you all those, okay? Now, Miss Goodness, let me tell you this. If I come now, okay, I'm telling you, Miss Goodness, I have someone in your street, right? And this person in your street just told me that the husband just beats her and like he injured her and everything and all of those and all of that, right? And I called you, Miss Goodness, to get there and see what's going on. When you step in, first you will pray. Hopefully you will be led. When you get there, what will you do?
If I come there, or firstly, because I am led already to go there, so when I come there, I'll firstly calm the situation down
How?
first. Then,
How?
secondly, I will find
How?
how I
How?
will calm the situation down is by maybe it's by bringing the person closer to me. I'll tell the person, I want to talk to you. Can you give me some time, some of your time, or few minutes of your time? Let me talk to you. If the person not agree, I can start advising the person. That is how I'm going to do that. I don't know.
Okay. Now let's say you get this person. This is what I wanted to
But
do, but
firstly, I'll try to come.
network disturb you all. I wanted this to be question based, but I don't know. Maybe we can repeat this topic. Okay, now the question, the person brings you, and then when you get the person, you see injuries, like physical injuries, right? Around, on the person, and the man maybe is still talking on what, he will do and all of that. What will you do?
Okay, if I see injuries on the person and the man is still talking, I'll advise the lady to close the mouth. Then, if the lady agrees to close the mouth, I'll first of all
No, the
and
lady is
find out
not
what led
talking.
to that.
No, the lady is not talking. At this point, the lady is not talking.
Okay, okay. Okay, I'll first of all and find out what led to that kind of injury on her body, how everything started before I can step in. Because I cannot step in a situation where I don't know anything about. So I will get to know the root of the problem, how the injury occurred and everything before I can now start the next action I will take. That is it now.
Okay. Okay. That's very good. That's a great one. Okay. That's a great one. Uh, and now, what if you get there, the person says she's done, like she's just going from here, she's done, like she's done, she even wants to pack her things and go. What will you do?
I will try to talk to her, but if she insists, I will let her go
What is
because there's
talking? You are not talking,
nothing
is
I
not
can do about it.
specific. Talking is not specific. What would you talk?
If the person is done and I try to calm her down and she refuses, I will allow her to do what she wants to do.
Okay. Can we get someone here? There is no time, or do we move the stuff? Do we move it? Network, I don't know. I don't know. I called you all earlier, and I will report you all. I called you all almost 5 or 6 hours before this, before live program, to make announcements, to see who can come in or who will be ready. None of you picked, but that is by the way. Okay.
Okay.
Calm her down first. Calming down is not the first thing. What are the words? Calming down is not specific. Calming someone down is not, it's okay to calm the situation, calm the person down. But how? That is what, but how? What you will do, but how would you do that? Somebody on the comment section. How would you do that? Okay. Okay.
Hey, this topic here.
Okay, I don't think we did justice. There are a lot of distractions, so I don't think we did justice. Okay, if she insists on leaving, her feelings are valid. I will let her leave and clear her head. Okay, that is very good. Yeah, clearing her head. Yeah, take her away from situation and talk to her to calm her down. Calming down again is still not a specific word. By
Hey,
taking both to know what's at that point. taking both to know what the problem is. The man is already talking. You cannot, you can you can't get them at that point. You cannot get both at that point because the man is still vibrating, you know. So getting both at that point might not it's okay to talk to someone at that point, right? It's okay to talk to one,
That's right.
especially the one that seems like the man at that point. And then if the man is still insist, like, vibrating, safety first. Safety first. Safety first. You say you can. Exactly. I trust that. We can. And that is why we are saying it depends on the relationship. You see that? Like this lady I shared with you all that I talked to. The man said the lady blocked him everywhere. Blocked even the people that can reach her. So she gave me her number and then I reached her. That was how, okay, we were able to connect. And I told her, I acknowledge, I said, your decision is valid, but can we have a talk? Okay? Because it's unbelievable, right? Getting a mother to leave a child of 4 months. But I don't want to, okay, just allow emotions to overwhelm me at that point because there must be a reason for that such abnormality. If it is what I will, get that as Miss Goodness, take this to your this thing. Their place has to be light. So it's there must be. We have to. Okay. When you hear someone left a child of 4 months, you can easily just scream, ask the man, no, I won't do that too. We can easily do that. And then adding more fire to the already burning one. Okay? Because of time, let's just round up. We might have to get this. If it is something I cannot control, I will look for. Okay. Yeah, there is always situation to get someone. But the summary of the whole thing is, okay, before giving people advice, before getting into any situation, let's first recognize, no matter what that situation is, or even if they say someone left a child of 1 month, 1 day, no matter what that situation is, number one, because while we are doing this, like we say, we have to be careful advising people. And we should also be careful of people that are advising us. Okay? Now, the relationship, we must acknowledge that first, relationships are not the same. That is to say, the relationship you have with the person you are trying to advise, or people trying to advise you, right? You must understand the level of relationship. Because someone is your sister, or because someone is your brother, or because someone is your good friend, does not mean, okay, they have you at the heart, unfortunately. One, again, it does not mean they are experienced or knowledgeable enough for such situation. And these are some things we must always be alert. We must always watch out for. Okay? Now, why doing the advices again? We still have to know that goals of people are not the same. I've had situation whereby someone is advising someone on a business, right? And the business wasn't going well. And the person was still advising and then ending up telling the person many things, right? Now, understand that your goal and this person's goal are not the same. Okay? So when we go for such advice or advices, it may not end well. There is another situation whereby somebody wants to go to school. A lady, because she didn't go to school before married, but then I think she was in school and then wants to go back, and the man accepted. So all the years she wants to go back to school, but it's not working. And then eventually they started having issues, right? And now advisor came. And when the advisor, like, it gets to whatever it gets with their aunts. And now all they could tell her is just do what? Find a business she will do. And then manage the kids, take the kids, take care of the kids. That's not fair. That is not fair. Until date, because eventually the lady went to school. I promoted that when I was involved. I promoted that. Somebody's passion is important. Someone's passion, as a man, your passion is important. Your person is important. As a woman, your passion is important. Your person is important. And the same thing with kids. Okay? And that is why, like, there's something we shared there where we see people saying, we are saying the job we do versus the one we ended up being. Okay? Many of us wanted to be somewhere or go to school or have certain distance, but then there are situations. But eventually you found your way around, right? To embark on that. The person should be encouraged. Not maybe aunts or moms or someone coming in saying maybe because the person is now married. Therefore, let your dream terminate. Let your dream shut down. Be careful of who you are advising. Be careful of the advice you're giving to people. You, the advisors, be careful of the advice you are giving to people.
Exactly.
All goals are not the same. Situations are not the same. Scenarios are not the same. Relationships are not the same. Who you are advising not to pursue her career because she already had kids, right? That might have been a big ambition. It must have been, that might have been, the greatest dream of that job of that person. I'm not like the person who is coming to take your own brain to study. And then all you could do is to help in the name of, advisor, is to come and shut down the whole stuff completely. We have to be careful. The personality of the person you are talking to, you talk to, after that you're talking, may no longer accept that person to further that school. I shared my experience here, how when I wanted to go to UNN, and how, one of my brothers said no, that I should get school closer, and then how my dad did what? Intervened and said no. Any school, he said, any school, once you pass it, you will go. And he was like, he would rather sell all he has to ensure it's accomplished. Now, so these are certain situations. Maybe if it was an outsider, maybe let's say my dad wasn't there, right? And then I now have a sibling that say no, this, and maybe we may call uncle as an advisor to come and advise, or aunt, and then aunt will come and say no, go to the other school. That such could have maybe shattered, because when we don't have passion, oftentimes we may not accomplish we may not be able to reach our potential. We may not achieve our dreams or our dreams, whatever it is. Okay? So again, why we are doing all this, goals are not the same. I love business. No matter the career I have, I still love business. Right? And there was something I shared the other time. I said there is something I said that we have somewhere, and then we are going on a walk. And then my husband was like, what? No, I won't have such a thing. Knowing how entrepreneur I am, knowing all of that, I love this. And then maybe tomorrow, somebody maybe will come and put mouth, and then you will ask me, you will now advise and say, no, leave it, don't build it. Don't build. Okay, I said, okay, let me make it clear. I said, okay, I'm going to build it. Okay, if I'm building whatever I'm building, right, I will have a shop. at the front, but it won't stay by the gate. It will just be whatever, whatever, because I've done it somewhere. There is a place I did whatever, whatever, whatever it is. Okay, so let me come a little specific or clear. Okay, and now tomorrow someone will come and say maybe because I'm in abroad. No, don't do that. So because I'm in abroad, I won't get old. So because I'm in abroad, I will not retire home. So because I'm in abroad, and then maybe by old age, I won't have maybe something, a place I can still be using to exercise do some services. There are a lot of things, and that's why we say all goals are not the same. Personalities are not the same. Mission, vision, all of those, they are not the same. So we advisors, whenever we are advising, we must consider certain factors in our advice, or we hush and then refer those people to professional, people that are professional in that aspect. Because professionals are trained to know how to place balance. To know how to place balance. Okay? So again, like we say, personalities are not the same. You cannot tell someone like me after retiring, maybe because I'm here, then you cannot tell someone like me, just stay in the house, like don't just stay in. I am someone of my person. That's my dad. My person is like, sometimes you even see me, even when I'm planning on things to do, I always try to accommodate. For me, it will be during the old age, people will pass my front. I'm coming to drink water. Like these are some things I will stay and be imagining. That people will maybe be coming back from market. My home, by His grace, will be a place someone can just branch and at least drink water. If there is snack or food you eat, but at least let there be water to drink before continuing the journey, right? And then maybe tomorrow you will now tell me maybe my gate will not be open. These are personalities. I am oriented with people. Like I am with like when I came home, I have some people being, not because they necessarily have to be there, but how home has to be warming. That's how I'm raised up. The home got to be warm. As long as you obey my rules, okay? What do I mean by rules? You gotta be the neat. As Michael got whatever, you wake up, please, take a shower, dress up, because if you got busy in the kitchen, you may not be able to have time until towards evening, right? So personal hygiene is very important to me. So I will put all those, and that's why when I do this thing, I try to hire professionals, okay? So you do all of those, and then this just those basic, whatever is that's me. As long as that, even that house can fool and fool it is what it is, And then maybe you will now tell me maybe you got married, nobody should do. It's not gonna work. You see all of those, or maybe you can give life a meaning, and all of those. You better take both the bread now, because it's no longer meaningful, So and then we take it again. All personalities are not the same. Temperaments are not the same. Situations are never the same. Beliefs and values are not the same. And why you are giving people advice, and then the advices you're receiving from people, there are a lot. We will repeat this topic. Anyways, I'm going to leave it here. I don't feel fulfilled with the message of this topic. There were a lot of distractions, and we will repeat this topic. And I would like to have people. These topics came as a message, and I don't feel we have delivered it. If I feel it, if it is, by His grace, I believe here and there we dish that. But if it is, I will know something went off me. I will know. So we will repeat this topic. But anyways, maybe when we repeat it, we can talk again on the dream post, the post people wrote. Okay, how we started and our missions, and how we ended up being where we are today, because I don't want this life to go more. Okay, and I don't want to get on the road and then we've taken enough time. But anyways, I hope your time is valid. I hope I didn't just waste your time. I hope you gained something from the life. I hope there is value. Okay. Uh, for every child is a genius. Timekeeper. We need a timekeeper. Last year, Miss Ogechi did timekeeper for us, and she did it pretty well. I don't know if she's still open to do that this year, but if not, we need a timekeeper. We have someone, one of our admins, Abuja admin, writing our remark, the Chris Lucci opening remark. Okay, she's writing it this time for us. And we will also need someone that will read that opening remark. Last year and the other year, I wrote, I read. Just last year, I wrote, I read. So this time around, someone is writing. Our admin, Abuja admin, Miss Barkley, she's writing it. Goodness, she's writing it. And we will need someone that can read it, okay? Someone that can read. We all have strengths, right? Someone that can read it and observe. Maybe if the person gets it, the person can still proofread and then be able to observe, be able to deliver. I know we have a lot of, personnel here, so please help us, okay, to read the opening remark that very day. And by this week, sometime this week, every child is a genius will be closing. The registration will close so that we can move on, okay? What will we need parents to do for us? Have what do you call it? Carbon, is it carbon paper, right? That drawing something. Board, draw carbon paper also. We will need you to have that, okay? So that, because we may have to go with number instead of names. We will have the kids' names and then we will number them, okay? But that very day, we will do number by number so that it will be easier. Hopefully, we do by numbers, but you can have that carbon paper and then have the name, the number, okay? Either the number and the names, but we'll tell you the number, but just have it. Before this week runs out, we'll be able to make that announcement, okay? So, but I think that will be that. And like we said, we'll move this program maybe next Thursday. If I have time this weekend, we might do this weekend. Then if not, it will be our next Friday, okay? Thank you everyone for your time. From me to you all.